Actually, was one of those cards the Queen of Clubs? I think so. Was one of those cards the Ten of Hearts? Because I think it was. Was one of those cards the Two of Clubs? I think that was actually the first one that I told you to try to find. And the last card that I have is actually the Seven of Spades, the fourth card that I asked you to find. Alrighty guys, what is going on? It's the Card Trick Guy, and I actually have a really special video for you today because it's kind of like an interactive trick between you and the Spectator, and it's also super easy to perform, which is why I like it so much. And it's also like really convincing too. Like the Spectators are usually shocked by this trick, and I actually learned this trick from a friend of mine recently. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit there. And yeah, so we can just get into the trick. So this trick is actually completely no setup, which means I can just shuffle the cards as much as I want, and just to be fishy that I was shuffling the cards face down, I can just shuffle the cards like this. And so the cards are completely shuffled. We can even give them a cut just like that. And I'm actually going to go through and I'm going to show you once and for all that the cards are just not in any order. So I don't think there's actually, okay, there's two kings in it right here, but there's not actually a lot of cards come together, as you can see. So the trick starts with me spreading out the cards just like this, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a better spread, but I'm actually going to ask you, the Spectator, theoretically, to pick out the Two of Clubs. So, they can go through and pick any card they want, but they have to think it's the Two of Clubs. So let's say they think this one is the Two of Clubs. I'm just going to look at it. Oh, alright. So, that was the Two of Clubs, actually. You're really good at this. Now let's try another one. Let's try the Ten of Hearts. Can you pick out the Ten of Hearts? Alright, let's say they go with this one right here. Let me look at it. Oh my god, you're actually a natural at this. Alright, let's try the Queen of Clubs. Queen of Clubs. Try to get the Queen of Clubs. Let's say they go with this one right here. Alright, that's actually crazy. That's 3 for 3 right now. Okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to pick out the Seven of Spades, okay? So I think that your card is actually this one, I want to say. Alright, let's just go with that one. So, I have these 4 cards here, right? I got 4 cards here, and you should have them on your screen right now so you can remember all the 4 cards that I told you to pick out from the deck. And actually, was one of those cards the Queen of Clubs? I think so. Was one of those cards the Ten of Hearts? Because I think it was. Was one of those cards the Two of Clubs? I think that was actually the first one that I told you to try to find. And the last card that I have is actually the Seven of Spades, the fourth card that I asked you to find in the deck. So, that is the trick, guys. If you guys know how it's done, comment right now and see if you got it right before we go into the tutorial. So, yeah, if you guys want to see how the trick is done, just stick around like another 20 seconds for the tutorial, and you guys will see exactly how to do this trick. It's super easy, and you can just do it anywhere because it's completely no setup. But let's get right into the tutorial. Tutorial time. Alrighty guys, so this is the tutorial, and this trick is completely no setup, so you can shuffle the cards as much as you want. There's no setup to this trick whatsoever, but when you're going through the deck and you're showing them that there's nothing out of the ordinary, you're just going to want to take a look at that 5th to top card right here. So in this case it's the 6 of Hearts. You could use the 6th to top, 7th to top. You just have to pick a card on the deck, but I like to use the 5th to top because it's pretty easy to remember, and it's just probably the best for this type of trick. So we're going to go with the 5th to top card, the 6 of Hearts here, alright? So just keep that in the back of your mind for the first part of the trick. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to spread out the cards like this, and you're going to want to ask the Spectator to try to pick out the 6 of Hearts, the 5th card from the top that you're remembering. So, let's say they pick out this one. You are going to look at it and say, oh wow, you got one right. In reality, it's just a random other card. Does not matter what the card is, but it is just a random other card. The 6 of Hearts is still somewhere over here. Then you take a look at their card, and as you say, oh yeah, you're right, the next card that you ask them to pick out is going to be this card. So in this case, that's the Queen of Spades. So you're going to tell them, alright, now try to pick out the Queen of Spades. Let's see if you can get 2 for 2. Let's say they go with this one. It doesn't matter what the card is again, but we just happen to find another queen, and you're going to say, okay, wow, you're 2 for 2, but they're not going to see the cards. You're going to be the only one looking at the cards. Then you ask them to find the Queen of Diamonds, right? So let's say they find the Queen of Diamonds here. That's the 7 of Clubs. Does not matter again. You're going to go, wow, 3 for 3. Let me see if I can do it. I'm going to try to find the 7 of Clubs. Let's see if I can do the same thing that you're doing here. Then you're going to go down to the 5th cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This card right here. But you're going to want to make it seem like you're like looking, and then land on here. If you just go straight to the 5, they're going to know something's like set up before. So that's the 6 of hearts there. So you're going to pick that out. And you're going to say, okay, remember the 4 cards that I told you to pick out? And I like to reverse count them because the 6 of hearts will be on the bottom. But you want to kind of move it to the top so that like you have it here. And what's the first card? 6 of hearts. Boom. See, so it kind of looks kind of more cool like that. So, but regardless, you're going to have all 4 cards that you told them to pick out because you just told them to pick out whatever card they picked out, and the 6 of hearts was the one that you chose at the end, if that makes sense. So it's just you can try it on yourself right now and see if you get it. It might take a little bit of practice to get the hang of it, but it's honestly like probably one of the easiest card tricks out there that you can do, and it's also it's pretty fooling to people. Like, it's pretty cool to see this done. But yeah, this is one of my favorite card tricks because it's just so easy to perform anywhere, and it's also no setup, which is really good. So there's no setup to the cards. You don't have to do anything except for just remember that 5th to top card, or you can do 5th to bottom, or you can do top, you can do bottom, you can do whatever you want. But I like to do the 5th to top card. So that is how I do this trick, and obviously there's multiple ways to do it. In fact, you can even do it where you say like, oh, we're gonna do 10 cards. So you could do 10 cards. Like I did 3 or 4 on that one. You can do 10 and have them write down each one on a piece of paper so they can remember. Because one of the problems with this trick is if you do too many cards, they'll forget after a certain amount of cards, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I don't know, sure, that probably was the card that you told me to pick, but I don't really remember. So you want to make it concise enough, but long enough that it's cool. So that's what I have to say about this trick. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, that's it for this trick. That's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.